Yo, 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 what's happening? Vonnie EC, another trucker. Man, it is a beautiful Friday morning. Out here parked on the side of the road on the shoulder in Ohio off of US 35. Anybody familiar with this route? You know, they got like a few spots up and down this highway to like where the shoulder is a little bit more wider. You know what I'm saying? Where trucks park at overnight. I don't like it. I don't like parking on the shoulder at all. But just last night, man, when I was coming through here, I was tired. I stopped. I needed a place to take my break. Because, you know what I'm saying? At the time that I was driving last night, my goal was to get to Indianapolis last night. Stop there, do my 10, and then finish up, head back to Chicago. But sometimes it all depends on how I'm feeling coming from North Carolina, man. If I'm tired, so like last night, I had to stop where I'm at right now to take a break. You know what I'm saying? Ate my dinner, and after that, I went on ahead and shut it down. So as you can see or probably hear, you know, you hear all this traffic going past me, and it be like that sometimes, man. Like I said, I do not like messing with shoulders, but I don't know. I guess it is what it is, man. So yeah, man, it's a good Friday morning, man. Just waiting for my clock to reset so I can head on out, finish up my trip back home. Got me a little workout in, you know, with some resistance bands. You know, you should always keep you some resistance bands in your truck, you know, just in case you ain't know. You know what I'm saying? Cool little, you know, I told y'all about my luxurious showers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, I'm a clean savage out here. You know, water gonna touch my body every day, no matter whether I got access to truck stop shower or I gotta handle my business. So, yeah, man, feeling good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what? Somebody had made a comment a couple days ago. It was under the video that I made about the blitz. So somebody had made a comment about something that I said in the video. Somebody they had made mention of my quarter fender, because I mentioned in that video that I was missing a quarter fender on my right side, well, on my passenger side. And you know what I'm saying, somebody had commented and said like, yeah, man, somebody that they know got pulled in for an inspection and they got a violation for that. So shout out to them for that heads up. Truth be told though, before they even made their comment, I already had my shit ordered. So, you know, yesterday while I was at my customer, I went on ahead and did my shit myself. So this was what was left of the quarter fender that was broken on the passenger side. This the clamp, and I don't know how it broke. You know, maybe it was brittle. I don't know, but this is what's left. And yeah, this is quarter fender on the driver's side. So I just bought another set and replaced them both sides. I still got this shit in my truck. I mean, I could just be an a-hole and just throw that shit out on the side of the road, but no, I'm on my way to the yard. We got big dumpsters. I'm gonna go ahead and do the right thing and wait till I get to the yard to throw it on out. But yeah, you know what's funny? I actually had hit my mechanic up to ask him about, you know, would he be able to fix the quarter fender on the truck. So yeah, he like, yeah, woo-de-woo. And I started researching this shit myself, and I realized like, man, I could do this myself. It just, from the way the way it was broke, I didn't understand what I was looking at. Like, I thought the whole metal beam was broke, because on the frame where the quarter fenders go on each side is beams that stick out, that come out from each side of the frame to where you hook those quarter fenders on. But I'm thinking that the way the quarter fender broke, I thought that the whole beam broke off. So I thought they was gonna have to weld a beam on there and that type of shit. That's what I was thinking. But after I did my research, I'm like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. So I went on ahead and knocked it out myself. And you know what I'm saying? More points for me. Hey, I'll tell you, man, it feel good when you able to solve your own problems on your truck. That shit, that's a good feeling. You know what I'm saying? I'm not excited about doing mechanical shit, but that's because some little things that can go wrong with your truck can cost you. That's a deal. So I kind of figured it was a DOT violation, but just like old boy said, and shout out to him, yeah, that's a violation. Little shit like that'll cost you. You know, mud flap hanging. You know, that's a DOT violation, and when that can be something that could be fixed. I had a mud flap hanging off the trailer a couple weeks ago. I was in Oklahoma at a Love's truck stop, and the driver pulled up on side of me while I'm at the fuel island, and he told me my shit was hanging. So I went and handled this shit. You know what I'm saying? Now this was the company's trailer, but I just went on here and just bought the I bought the mud flap and just put that shit on there myself and just kept the receipt. Like, I could have got a reimbursement or just I write that shit off on my taxes. You know what I'm saying? $25, I wasn't tripping about that shit. That, to me, that saved me from a possible violation, what would have cost me more money and more time. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, anyway, man, my bad, you know, for taking so long to get to the topic of the video. But are you sick of trucking yet? Are you sick of this shit? Or do you still got the juice for this? You know, I remember when I first started, man, you know, it was a couple things that I had originally in mind. You know, one of them I'm still sticking to, but it was a couple ideas I had in my mind I no longer have desire to do or desire to carry out. You know, one of my dreams when I first was getting into trucking, making my transition, I thought that in the end, my end game, you know, besides making the money, doing the right things with the money, investing and all that, I thought my end game was going to be me getting a super sleeper and just riding out into the sunset. I really wanted to do that, you know what I'm saying? But this is when I didn't have no understanding on particulars in trucking too much, you know. I was excited. I was excited about trucking, and I'm looking down the long run. So I was excited about living on the road, being inside a truck, making the truck your home. You know, I was on some real nomad shit. And that's what I was thinking about. Like, man, one day I'm gonna get me a super sleeper, man. Shit gonna be flat. I'm gonna live on the road, stack up all my bread. I'm gonna be a national and an international player. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But yeah, after the time that I've been in trucking for 8 years, I no longer have that enthusiasm, you know what I'm saying? That enthusiasm to just ride out the rest of my life. And a super sleeper, that shit has been curbed. No. Hell no. That shit dead. Another little dream that I had, I was thinking fleet too. I was thinking, you know, a little small fleet of trucks. You know, I was realistic about it, but I seen myself doing it. But like I say, once again, man, as far as my journey that I've been on so far in trucking, like, man, that ain't nothing that I'm just that open working towards approaching like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm too busy right now trying to master one truck. So I'm not too enthused about a fleet. Even though I've never ran one, I can only imagine and have a pretty good understanding about what it takes to put into it. You know, sometimes you don't necessarily have to do shit, but like you can go through certain things and it'll open up your mind to other aspects of things. Like, so far, me being an owner operator, just like when it comes to like tax issues and like just the whole concept of making more money and how shit can still go haywire, I understand how wealthy celebrities and entertainers and shit like that, I understand how they go broke. You know what I'm saying? I don't judge them no more. It's so easy. You hear about this person and that person, they went broke. They had millions of dollars and they went broke. How did it happen? I can understand how it happened now. Because on my low scale, on this low scale, what I'm doing, I can understand how things can go haywire if you ain't got your shit completely in order. It don't matter how much money you get. Your shit ain't in order. You ain't have the right people around you, especially like famous people, athletes, celebrities, you know what I'm saying? They got it worse. Because they got everybody around them that want shit. They got to take care of everybody, so that make it even worse. But just I understand the concept of you gotta have your shit in order, especially like when it comes to paying taxes, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I had tax debt that I had to pay off. You know, and imagine you got tax debt, and let me see, I think I had like $15,000 in tax debt last year. So I got like 2,000 left, probably a little bit under 2,000. You know what I'm saying? I'm just slowly biting it off. I can knock that off, but I've been having to pay for a whole lot of shit, man. I'm telling you, man, 2024 was not no good year for me. So been slowly climbing up out the hole, and been doing pretty damn good. But I just got a lot more understanding about certain things just through my experience with doing this trucking, being a solo driver in an owner-operator position, being responsible for my own equipment. It just opened my eyes and opened up my understanding to a lot more other things that I really didn't, really know about, but I can understand. So, yeah, man. But yeah, that tax debt ain't no joke. You got to pay you know what I'm saying? You got to catch up with the tax debt, and you got to be paying for the taxes that's currently due. So don't play with don't play with them taxes, man. Don't play with your taxes. I'm telling you, don't play with them. It'll come back and bite you hard. And see, this is the thing. I was paying my taxes. I started off paying my taxes. I always pay my taxes, but you have to pay your taxes on time. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay your taxes quarterly. It's like little shit that you got to know, that if you don't know, you can get caught slipping. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, so yeah, man, certain things, my enthusiasm has been curbed for certain things. I don't want to ride off into the sunset no more. As far as having a fleet, that ain't nothing that I think about. Like maybe once I master having one truck, then maybe that's something I would think about. And even getting another truck to put another driver in there. I always think though, how would I approach that? How would I approach putting another driver in the truck? And my concept now, it wouldn't be about the truck. If I was to get another truck to put another driver in there, of course, the bottom line is to make money, but the concept moving forward, going along with that, it's not going to be about making money. I'm looking at it like I'm investing in a driver. You know what I'm saying? So, because you got to treat your drivers good. The drivers are the commodities, and good drivers are hard to come by. So that's how I would look at it. It's not about, for me, I don't know how everybody else look at it, but for me, it wouldn't be, I'm just going to get a truck and just throw a driver in there and just make passive income. Yeah, that's the bottom line, but it got to be a bigger purpose than that. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a bigger mission statement sometimes to execute certain things. Yeah, the bottom line is to get to the money. It's like, yeah, of course, we all in trucking. The bottom line is to get to the money. But it got to be a bigger purpose than that. You know what I'm saying? And the things that I know is important for me, that has been laid out and is very, very, very clear to me now. Sovereignty and mobility. That's important to me. So as I've been in trucking, man, a lot of fat has been trimmed of things that I thought about, things that I thought I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? When I first came into the industry, now I knew that I was willing to sacrifice 15 to 20 years in trucking, because I came in willing to put my all in this. You know what I'm saying? I didn't look at this as no quick overnight come up. I came in ready and willing. Now 20 is the max. And even now, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get as much as I can, do what I got to do, and lay my foundation to be able to transition into something else. And I'm trying to do that not on no overnight shit, but staying consistent with that thought in mind. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? That 20-year max, I'm trying to get it done in less than that. Shit, maybe less than 15, you know what I'm saying? So I have a clear-cut plan, a clear-cut vision. The vision is important because you can have plans and plans can go wrong and you got to adjust and improvise along the way. You know, you make mistakes, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that, but it's a journey, but the vision ain't never changed. And my vision has always been sovereignty and mobility, which equals in one lump sum freedom. That's what I'm here for. So but I'm not sick, you know. Are you sick of trucking? You know, am I sick of trucking? I'm not sick of trucking. If anything, I've grown to be more passionate about it. Grown to be more passionate about the shit that I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Yeah, my shit is clear cut, man. I know for me personally, where I'm at in my life, I don't like bills and I don't like debt. I've been dealing with debt the wrong way since I was 18 years old. Ever since I got my first credit card that had a $300 limit. I'm not saying that I just been in heavy debt since then, but the way I've dealt with debt from then to now, I'm tired of it. I'm tired. And that's part of my mission right now, man. I'm cleaning up all my debt. All of it. You know what I'm saying? While still building my personal shit, you know what I'm saying? But I don't like debt. I just don't like it. Some people say, well, debt is a good thing. You need debt and you can't do this and that without debt. To a certain degree, it all depends on what you're trying to do. What are you know what I'm saying? It all depends on what your desires is. Like, I got materialistic desires as well as anybody else, but how are you willing to practice delayed gratification? You know, what are you willing to sacrifice? I'm just at that point now, man. Like, I prefer to be cash based as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm gonna use debt, I have to be in control of the debt. Like, the only time I really want to be using debt is to be purchasing things that's gonna make me money or that's gonna grow in value. I don't ever see myself using debt again for liabilities. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? To me, the way everything is going, the way things are changing with the economy, the financial and the global economics, which affect everything, all that, man, it's like really the new rich is not having no debt. That's the new rich. Having no debt, to me, that's shit, that's wealth. You could be a bum. You could be living with a chick, sleeping on your parents' couch, living in a basement or whatever the case may be. If you ain't got no debt, you in a good position. You can still do something. You know what I'm saying? Even if you ain't got no established credit, you're still in a better position than somebody that's in debt. A lot of debt. School loan debt, mortgage debt, car note debt. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? So for all you youngins out there, for all you YNs, young ladies, you know, just know this, you know. If you ain't got no debt, that's one half the wealth. You know what I'm saying? You just got to figure out if you're gonna use debt. My advice would be use debt to help you make money in the right way. But then again, I don't know. It might not be no right or no wrong way. Some people, in trucking especially, you know, some people feel like financing the truck is the best option. To me, I've grown to see that I don't think I ever want to finance anything in trucking. I think I'm carrying, you know, no, I'm not gonna think if I can, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm trying to get the most I can from baby right now. You know, she paid off. She just recently been paid off. It was this last month, so you know what I'm saying, been paying on this beautiful truck for almost 3 years, man. I mean, it'd be nice if I can get, you know what I'm saying, another 2 or 3 without nothing major. You know what I'm saying? Let me get another 2 or 3 years with no pay, at least 2 years with no payments, without nothing major. If I can do that, that'd be good. I mean, I take a full year, but 2, it's more than enough for me to do what I need to do with the plan that I got. So I don't see me doing nothing. I don't want to be dependent on debt. That's just me. Everybody else got their own way, how they think, but I don't like debt. I want to be cash based. I like freedom. You know what I'm saying? I just the way I look at it, I just feel like a lot of times debt is just like putting cuffs on yourself. I don't like being chained down to shit. That's just my concept in life, period. And I'm willing to sacrifice for that freedom. You know, there's certain things that I would like to have that I'm just not gonna get right now. You know, I would love to have a pickup truck, TRX, Z71. You know what I'm saying? So, one of them souped up pickup trucks. That's what I'm into. I like pickup trucks, but I don't care about this shit right now. That shit is far away from my mind. It is. In the future, when I have some disposable money to spend on that shit, and you know what I'm saying, and I might even still finance it, even having the cash just to keep my credit up. But to go finance that shit and not be able to afford it, I won't do it. Not for me, you know what I'm saying? If that's somebody else's desire, then by all means, but I know what's important to me, freedom. And I don't like being tied down to no bills. It's just me. And through the ups and the downs of being an owner-operator, I've definitely tasted a high level of sovereignty, a high level of freedom, and a high level of mobility that I've been savoring the taste for a long time. Am I completely free? No, I'm not completely free, because even when you in responsible for your own shit, you the boss, you the CEO, you the owner, you have more responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? You're not working a 9 to 5. You know, it's a 24/7 thing. So, but I feel like it's worth it. Some people don't feel like it's worth it, but I feel like it's worth it. Like I always say, man, people at one point in time had to spill blood, had to kill and spill blood for freedom at one point in time, and the concept is still there. It's just in these days and times, we live in a so-called free society, but you got to give something up for freedom. And still slavery going on, but it's just everything is in a new and a different design, and I'm fighting for freedom. So with fighting for my freedom, there's certain things I have to sacrifice. I had to practice delayed gratification. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, like when it comes to practicing delayed gratification, the way I look at shit, like nothing will never be new under the sun. Like everything is always gonna be flash shit made. Like you might want something right now, but you can't really afford it. You know what I'm saying? You might can go finance the shit and go get it, but you can't really afford this shit. But why not wait to get your shit together the way you really on top of your game, the way you can easily afford that shit, and then go get that shit? Because guess what? 5 years from now, it's gonna always be some new fly shit made. 10 years from now, it's gonna be some new fly shit made. They're never gonna stop making fly shit. So why go broke and put yourself behind for something that you want now that you can't afford, when you can just focus and buckle down and put time into getting your shit together? That way, when your shit is up, whatever that new flash shit is out, because there's always gonna be new flash shit out all the time. It's never gonna stop. When it's your time, you can go comfortably get that shit. And when you had the newest shit, you will be riding right, or you, whatever it is that you want, you will have that shit the right way. And that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, the TRX, the Ram truck, the pickup trucks, and just, you know what I'm saying, high price material items that I would like to have, they not going nowhere. 5 years from now, there's gonna be some new shit out. 10 years from now, there's gonna be some new shit out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put myself there's no need for me to put myself behind just to have some shit now that I can't really afford. You know what I'm saying? So I'm fighting for freedom. It's freedom on mine. But no, man, me personally, I'm not sick of trucking. My vision has become sharper and clearer. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly where I'm going, and I don't have no time to be out here playing. I'm not playing no games out here. None. So, you know what I'm saying? I enjoy life. Life is fun. I get happiness. You know, my happiness don't come from material shit. I've realized that, you know what I'm saying? When I was younger, you know, I thought being able to afford and buy different things, you know, having money, of course, man, money brings peace. A lot of people's problems, a lot of people's stress and anxiety come from the lack of resources. But just as far as just like me having to have certain material items, it don't make me happy. I learned this some years ago. This was like in 2019. I bought a Camaro. It was used, but you know, Camaro. And the only reason I was even in the market for a newer car at that time, because the car that I had, which was 10 years old, it finally went out on me. So I was kind of desperate into trying to find something. And originally, I just wanted an Impala. You know what I'm saying? The older model Impalas, not the new model now, but the ones before that. I just wanted something simple. So I went car shopping. I went to a car lot, man, and it was a Camaro sitting right there, man. And I just like, let me sit in there. And I sat in it, and I made an emotional decision, man. It felt good, because I never really been the type to be into, you know, sports cars, muscle cars. I always been a big body photo sedan type of guy. So sitting in that two-door, just the way it felt, man, I felt like Bruce Wayne in there. Total different feeling. And that's the decision that I made. And I can tell you, it was a bad decision. I regretted that decision. I didn't know nothing about financing. I didn't know nothing about what I got myself into. I just knew that I qualified to get it, so I got it. Because it's what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? It's what my emotions told me that I wanted at that time. And after a few days, once I realized what I had done, I regretted my decision. Highly regretted it. After like 3 days, that new car shit, that shit wore off. And I realized I made a mistake. The interest, it was terrible. It was terrible. I remember at the time I was working at Food Line, so I remember when I had pulled up to the terminal one day, as I'm walking in, I'm looking back at the car. I'm looking at it. You know, as I'm walking in, I'm looking back at the car, right? So when I get inside the terminal, old school cat that I was cool with, matter of fact, this particular old school cat, he had trained me when I first got the Food Line. So he seen me looking at the car and shit, and when I walked in the terminal, he like, yeah, I see you, man. You looking at your work, man. That's hard work right there. You deserve it. You know, he giving me positive affirmation for the car. You know what I'm saying? And in my head, that's not what I was thinking. That's not why I was looking at the car like that. I was looking at the car walking into the terminal like, what the f did I do? You know what I'm saying? I knew I made a mistake. But as old schools congratulate me on a car, I just went along with him because I didn't want to spoil his positive moment. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, yeah, you know, it's cool. Yeah, you know, I work hard. Yeah, That ain't what I was thinking. That's not how I was feeling. And you know what's funny? I only had that car for 6 months. I had that whip for 6 months. And no bullshit, man. Surprisingly, like on Thanksgiving that same year, Thanksgiving night, somebody had did a hit and run on my car. Just so happened to bash my car up. And they hit my car so hard that the front end of my car had ran into the car in front of me, and it just destroyed the front end of the car. Yeah. The only thing I was upset about when I discovered that my car was totaled, that I had plans to go to the gym that morning, and that just messed up my whole plans. You know what I'm saying? But I was happy when they told me that, you know, they gonna consider it total. So You know, I had the gap insurance, all that. So basically, man, the car got took off my hands. And I know some people know what some people thinking, but no, that was really something that happened that I didn't have no control over. I don't know. I personally think it got something to do with a woman I was dealing with at that time. But I don't think that she was responsible for it. I think it was somebody that she was fucking with in the wings that, yeah, I think it was some funny shit going on. But whoever ran into my car, they did me a favor. So that was a real blessing when that happened. Real talk. I was so happy. The only thing I do miss about driving that car was the flexibility on the highway, driving in and out of traffic, bobbing and weaving in and out of traffic. That was all right. I was new to that. That was cool, driving in and out of Chicago traffic. But yeah, you know. Hold on. Oh shit, I've been sitting here talking around my goddamn mouth. But yeah, man, no, I'm not really tired of trucking. But I just got a clear vision, and I ain't got no time to be playing no games. This is not, I keep saying this, man, this is not the industry to be stuck in with no hope. No. When I see old men out here hunched over, bent over, like they can barely pull their pants up, you know, I don't know. Maybe some of these people is out here because they really want to be. But being in those physical conditions, man, and still out here driving on the road, living this tough life out here, you know, that's a bad position to be in when you got those physical ailments and you have to be out here. That's not it. That ain't it. So, hell no, family. But I don't know, man. How you feel about trucking? If you've been in this for a while, you sick of this shit? You loving it? You enjoying it? You know, how you feeling about it? I'm cool with it, but I just know as more time go on, you know what I'm saying? The fat in my vision, in my once delusions of grandeur, has been trimmed. I don't want to be in trucking no more than I have to. And I'm here to extract all the resources that I can possibly get. I'm not trying to be out here 15, 20 years barely making it by. No, I'm finna get everything. I'm finna scrape up all the money I possibly can. Live a low pro lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Still gonna enjoy life, but practicing delayed gratification on a lot of things. I don't want to be tied down to this shit. I don't want my lifestyle to be dependent upon trucking. You know, like I always said from the beginning, man, I ain't never come into trucking to make a living. I came in to extract resources, and that's still my mindset to this day. And that's what it is, man. So we still going, we still pushing, and you know, I hope y'all making it through. But that's it. Finally, you see another trucker gone.